What's up, guys? Today we're checking out the best places to see throughout Oregon's coast. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the serene views of coastal Oregon. What's up, guys? Today we're checking out Oregon's beautiful coast, and we're at Cape Arago Lighthouse and State Park, and we're going to show you guys some cool wildlife. I hear that there's some cool seals and sea lions, so we're going to see what that's all about. And there's also some cool hiking. You can look right behind me. We're in this beautiful forest. So right next to us is the coast, and we're going to see some forests and some coast and some cool animals and maybe even a lighthouse. So stay tuned and let's check it out. All right, guys, now we're at Cape Arago North Trail. All right, so you might be able to hear it, you probably can't, but there are seals out in the distance. Right as we pulled in the parking lot, all we could hear was or. You're welcome. So now we're gonna go head out there. Just make sure that you're respectful of wildlife. This is their home. If you're here just making up trash in the scene and whatnot, they're not gonna want to live here anymore. So be respectful of them, and let's check it out. So I lied, there are not seals here, but there are sea lions and they're very loud. I don't even know if you can hear me. I might have to just delete this, but it's super cool. There's a bunch of them over here, and something just riled them up a few minutes ago, and they're just really going crazy right now. I got my binoculars out. My wife's been at it with the camera, and this has just been so much fun just to see these cool sea lions. Check these out. I'll get out of your way. All right, guys, we're out here on the beach now. It was a bit hazardous to get down here, but we're going to check out these low tide pools. There's a lot of cool birds down here. You probably hear them. And there's even some loons. I was walking around. I saw some crabs, little crabby dudes. And there's some anemones down here and all sorts of cool sea life. So I'll let you guys check that out. So I was right about to leave the beach, and I see this big, huge clump of seaweed right down here. And I never knew how thick seaweed is. Look at how thick this thing is. It's like a giant freaking snake, and this is heavy. I can see why scuba divers don't want to be anywhere near this stuff. It's like, ooh. I don't know if you saw that, but that was crazy. I would not want to be tangled up near this. Drive about 15 minutes north of Florence on Highway 101 and you'll find the beautiful Heceta Lighthouse. You can pull over on the side of the road, where there's a few vantage points to take some great pictures, to soak in the waves from afar, and sometimes see some sea lions. This was shot right on the beach, right below Heceta Head Lighthouse, and you can see that it's a nice place to walk. It's different during high and low tide, so always want to check out the tide tables. And this is just a great place to go and explore, not too far from a lot of other places that you'll check out further in this video. Continue our trek along Oregon's coast. We're here at Heceta Head Beach, which is really cool. There's some cool rocks behind us, but first I wanted to show you guys what the beach looks like. There it is. Anyways, we're going to show you guys the lighthouse here in a bit, but I wanted to just you guys to see how cool this beach is. It's a nice place to relax before you soak in the lighthouse views. And there's also a bed and breakfast right next to the lighthouse, which I hear has a 7-course breakfast. I'm going to have to check that out soon. Probably not for this video, but it's going to be a nice place to stay, I'm sure, at some point in time. But let's show you guys the lighthouse. All right, we just took this cool trail to get up by the top, and it's really cool. So here is the top of the lighthouse. I hope you can see it. But yeah, it's a pretty cool lighthouse. We were able to go in, and beautiful scenery up here, and these cool trees right behind me. Just beautiful place to just sit down, relax, and soak in all of Oregon's coast. Now we're here at Cape Perpetua, about 15 minutes north on Highway 101 from Heceta Head Lighthouse. Here I'll show you guys this immersive visitor center. If you have children, this is a great place to take them. It's an immersive exhibit where you can learn more about Oregon's natural history, as well about Oregon's people that have lived there, dig into some of the archaeological remains that they've found here, and just learn more about all of Oregon's great coastal history. They also have a gift shop here, and seasonally they have whale watching volunteers that might help you spot some of the whales out in the distance. Alright guys, now we're here at Cape Perpetua, which is just so beautiful. I showed you guys the visitor center to start the clip. Pretty cool spot. There were some whales out there that people were trying to look for. I didn't really see anything, just some spouts. But this is pretty cool. I'm going to show you guys Thor's well and the spouting horn or something like that. I don't know. Got to check it out still. But right behind me is just some beautiful waves breaking in. I saw some dummy walking around the tide pools. It was high tide like an hour and a half ago, so don't be that idiot. Don't get swept up in the sea because, you know, people die. So you don't want to join their ranks in the sea. Be among the living and walk on the trail. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Y'all see this sign right here? Be careful on the trail, yo. This hike is one of many options here at Cape Perpetua. Head out from the visitor center and you'll have to walk about half a mile to Thor's well, as well as the spouting horn, which are kind of right next to each other. The spouting horn is like this big geyser that shoots out water pretty high sometimes, so definitely want to check it out, as well as Thor's well, which is more easy to see during low tide, I'll say, having been here in both high and low tide, but spectacular. Come check out the tide pools, but be careful not to go out there during high tide, as you don't want to get swept away. It's just a great place to see. I'll show you guys some more. We've walked a little ways and now we're here by the spouting horn, which is this really cool thing. When the water comes in from the ocean down this little chasm, it sprouts up this giant hole and it looks like a big geyser. So it's a really unique thing. You can come here any time of the year and see this. It doesn't really matter whether it's winter or summer. It's a really good time to see it. Though if you come in the winter, there's a lot less people. I remember coming here a few months ago and it wasn't busy at all. I'm here now on a sunny day and it's a little busy, but I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. If you look carefully, you'll see some water in a circle just going down and dropping into what seems to be an abyss. And then if you wait another 5 seconds, it shoots out in another big giant circle. This is Thor's Well. It's a really cool phenomenon. It's easier to see during low tide, and you definitely want to check it out on your next trip. From here, you want to go another 35 minutes north and head down to Newport, which is, in my opinion, the best place to see in all of Oregon's coast because there's just so many activities there. There's an aquarium there, there's 2 lighthouses, there's Yaquina Bay Lighthouse and Yaquina Head Lighthouse, there's a beach, there are so many restaurants that you can eat at, especially Local Ocean, great place to eat. And here is the Yaquina Bay Lighthouse, which is actually the older of the 2 lighthouses, and it's kind of eerie looking, I'll say. Kind of looks like something out of a Scooby-Doo movie, kind of ghostly, I'd say. But nice lighthouse to see, real briefly. And what I really like here is that there are sea lions on the dock. Now let's make our way towards the beach. You can park near Yaquina Bay Lighthouse for this one and walk down through a little bit of wooded trails, and then you'll see the sand dunes as you're making your way down, which means that you're by the beach. The sand dunes here were pretty cool as there's something that reminds me of my vacations growing up in the Outer Banks. You can see some of my Outer Banks videos if you look into my channel, but enough of that for now. We're back on Oregon. This was such a fun place. I like to run around here and check out all the grasses from the side of the sand dunes, and I'll say that this is a pretty spacious beach. You can come here pretty much any time of the year, and you're not going to run into huge crowds like you would in some places. You'll see some cool sea life washed up on the shore. I saw some jellyfish when I visited here, and this was just so spread out. It's just miles of beaches, and on a clear day, you can see Yaquina Head Lighthouse if you look towards the right. Here's me goofing around. Ah! Ah! Look out! Ah! It's a windy day on the Oregon coast, but I'm continuing our journey to show you guys some of the best spots. The wind will not stop me. Crazy hair day will not stop me either. I got my binoculars out, and I'm here at Yaquina Head Lighthouse, and there's some seals below. Happy harbor seals just fishing and bunching, you know, just doing their thing. And I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. We're gonna get closer. Here we go. This is about as close as you can get to Yaquina Head Lighthouse, and it's beautiful over here. There's a nice little concrete walkway to check out, and pretty cool lighthouse. Make your way back into town and check out the Oregon Coast Aquarium. Check out these beautiful jellies. I'll let you guys check this one out on your own. Just marvel at these beautiful creatures. All right, we're continuing our journey and we're here now at Depoe Bay. And I got a question. Are whales real? I have no clue. Everybody keeps telling me about how there's so many whales. I don't know. I'm going to go find out. So this is supposed to be one of the best spots in the world to find whales, or in Oregon at least. I don't know. They could be hyping it up. Big whale industry. You know, they're liars. Anyways, so we're out here. This is the bay. It's supposed to have depots. I don't know. Probably not. It's supposed to have whales, I hear. And I went on this whale watching tour last summer in Nova Scotia. And we didn't even see any whales. It was a complete waste of $70. If you want to see more of that, check that out in the link. But, oh man, we're going to see whales, and if they're not here, they're not real. All right, let's check it out. Depoe Bay is a pretty cool town. It's actually the world's smallest harbor, allegedly, and this is not too far from Newport, about 15 to 20 minute drive. They have a whale watching station right here, and volunteers who might help me find some whales, question mark. Anyways, here are some of the beautiful tides that you can see here. I'll just let you guys marvel at this as I look for whales. Here's that world's smallest harbor they were talking about, which I don't know, doesn't look pretty small to me, I'll say that. So I'm looking for a whale, and sometimes they do whale watching tours out of here, so I'm going to keep my eyes posted for whales. Not a whale, but we found some seals hanging out here. That's kind of fun. All right, guys, we did it. We found the whales. We saw 2 whales just blowing around literally in this harbor, and I saw their tails. They were flipping and flopping. It was really cool. Bring your binoculars. Sometimes they come up close to the shore, but sometimes they're out a little ways. You should be able to see them in a few minutes. I've been told if you don't see them in like 10 minutes or so, they're not here. So look for them. They're cool. Big whale industry might still be a thing, but they didn't lie. There are whales here. And it's also the world's smallest harbor here, which is kind of weird. But whatever. Cool place to check out whales. Cool place to have your hair look like an idiot and blow around. Cool place to look at the waves. Really liked it here. I'm going to go check out the next place. Cape Meares Lighthouse is about an hour and a half north of Depoe Bay, and for the sake of time in this video, it's already a long video, I didn't show you what I did between, but there are some cool places. I stopped at Devil's Punch Bowl, nice place to see this giant hole in the water, and I also went to the Tillamook Creamery. You gotta stop there, man. It's so good. They got free cheese samples, nice little cafe in there, and man, if you want to learn more about cheese and dairy products, which I do, you know I like dairy, makes a body strong, they say. Check this place out, man. It is not to be skipped. This lighthouse, though, it's kind of cool. You walk down. At first, it looks like a giant lantern because you don't really see the base of it. Not that it's a big base, but neat little lighthouse. Right by the lighthouse is a nice overlook where you can look out in the distance and see these colossal rock formations just getting slapped by the waves. It's pretty neat. I like watching the waves just smack against these rocks, and I'll say this is a pretty secluded place. It's off the beaten path, so not too many people come here. As you can see by my footage, pretty empty, but now you know. And as a little bonus near the parking lot, you can find the octopus tree, not to be missed because it's unique. Continuing our trip, we're near the Tillamook area, and there's this cool octopus tree. is really cool. It's this really old tree, and right out of the center trunk comes a bunch of trees sprouting out of it, and they're huge, and it's protected by this fence. And it's a pretty calm day today. Nobody's out here, just me on this Monday morning, and it's a really cool tree. It's not too far from the Tillamook Creamery, probably about 20-25 minutes away. If you're in the area, make sure to check out Tillamook Creamery. They've got free cheese samples. You don't want to miss out on those. I love free cheese. Anyways, super cool tree, and it's octopus, so have fun with it. Check out the coast and hike through the forest. Last but certainly not least is the famous Cannon Beach. This is kind of towards the top of the state, about 51-minute drive from Tillamook Creamery in the Tillamook area. And wow, it is just amazing. They have the Haystack Rock here, as well as a bunch of other rocks that don't have names that I know of. And maybe they should have names because they're super cool. And this is really amazing place to see some of the best tide pools in all of North America, they say. And they also have puffins here. There's a lot of volunteers here to kind of help you out and tell you what's going on so that you don't miss out what's happening here at this amazing, magical location. They have mussels and oysters and barnacles all over the place here, but don't get any ideas because you can't take these unless you're a bird. They've got funny signs posted all over the place that will literally say nobody allowed past here except for birds or something along those lines. Pretty funny signs. Here's some of these tide pools I was telling you about. Man, they're just so cool to see. I'm not somebody that grew up seeing a lot of tide pools, so every time that I see one in Oregon, man, it really makes me happy because I didn't know where I'd ever see one in life. So super spectacular. And you can see starfish here. You can sometimes see jellyfish on the beach here, some moss on the stones. Really just spectacular. Definitely want to come here and be careful when you're walking around the tide pools. Don't step on any wildlife because this is a pretty delicate ecosystem. There's places that are of high risk that are roped off with signs and sometimes literally rope and volunteers that will yell at you. So be nice to the volunteers here. And wow, check out this beautiful starfish. Woo! There's starfish all over the place here. They're super cool. And be careful though because the tides kind of come in and out. I saw a few people just getting sprayed by big rogue waves here. Sneaker waves, they say. Wow, look at this little guy. He's just looking for food right by these starfish. I wonder if he ever sees these starfish and thinks about eating them. I hope not, because that would make me sad, because I like starfish. And here's another view of those rocks. They're spectacular, just breathtaking. You come here and you don't even believe how amazing this is. Well, anyways, that's gonna wrap up my time here at Cannon Beach. If you stuck around this far in the video, I really appreciate you. I'm really happy with where this channel is going. We're growing so much. This video has taken me a really long time to do. I started working on this last September. At the time of release, this is April. So been going to a lot of different places and really considering which places I should show in this video because I don't want to gyp you. I really like you guys that watch these videos and I hope that you'll subscribe and I hope that you'll stick around because I got an Oregon Lighthouses video that's coming up in the next few months. So thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. Subscribe and take care. Bye-bye.